So I'm guessing this iPhone is a little bit better than it used to be. Now the iPhone XS, what I will definitely tell you is this isn't necessarily the first iPhone I would thought of when I'm thinking of an amazing iPhone or an iPhone that's improved over time. With something like the iPhone XS when it first came out, I was actually pretty much, bored with it. I mean, it wasn't a bad iPhone by any means, but when I first looked at this device, I was actually kind of surprised how similar it was in so many different ways to the iPhone X. And that's exactly what Apple does with their S series. Almost every single time they drop an iPhone like the iPhone XS or any S iPhone for the most part, it's not a really big update. But recently with iOS 16, we've pretty much had no other choice but to pretty much look at this iPhone and kind of be forced to like it. And I even made a video a few years ago talking about and I even made a video, I think a few months ago, talking about how this iPhone were pretty much forced to like it. With the XS, when it came out in 2018, this was a flagship. This was the $1,000 phone, but there was also the XS Max that came out with it too. Now, there was a reason why I wasn't super happy with this iPhone. They decreased the battery size by quite a bit with this specific device. And physically, I mean, it didn't really look too different from the previous iPhone, which, we're kind of used to now, to be honest. But with iOS 16 and even with iOS 15, there have been so many differentiating factors Apple's starting to, put in with the iPhone 10 and the iPhone XS that really, when you look at the features that the iPhone XS got and you look at the features that other iPhones got, I mean, it's pretty insane to me how much better this iPhone has gotten with every single version of software. Now, this is Apple's, iOS 16 page right here. Now, if we actually go ahead and take a look at the very bottom, now this is at the very bottom of this specific page. So if we go ahead and scroll all the way down here, you can pretty much see for yourself that Apple has pretty much placed a stipulation on pretty much every single one of these things that you need an Apple A12 Bionic chip for a majority of these features within iOS 16. Now, whether it's fair or not, we have to give the iPhone XS some credit here for having that Apple A12 Bionic chip inside. And because of that, this iPhone has the support of pretty much a majority of the iPhone features within iOS 16. This includes all the Siri improvements, basically being able to go ahead and add medications through the back camera right back there too. So I will say, even though this iPhone really wasn't a crazy big update at that time, I guess we have no other choice but to kind of like this iPhone and pretty much look at this as one of the more important iPhones Apple has made right now. And that's mostly due because of the stipulations that Apple has been putting on the iOS 16 update. So even though this iPhone may not be that big update from the iPhone 10 onwards, this may be more in line with something like an iPhone 6s. So with the iPhone 6s, as most of you know, that was an iPhone that Apple, dropped in 2015, and most people looked at it as not that big of an update, including myself at that time. But because of the improvements internally, including twice the amount of RAM as before, better cameras, better processor by a little bit, mostly because of the low amount of sales, the 6S ended up being supported for quite a bit of time. With the iPhone XS, it kind of falls into the same line. I mean, the iPhone X is a little bit better of a phone, I would say, overall. However, because the XS, the XS is a better phone, but I would say the iPhone X was more impactful. So right now we're in a situation where the iPhone XS is now a good phone because of the features that it got within iOS 16. So it's very interesting. We'll probably go through this process again in like 4 or 5 years, but I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that means so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.